You give and give and give. You show up when she needs you. You pay attention. You remember the little things. You sacrifice your time, your energy, your comfort just to prove you care. You plan dates. You send the good morning texts. You drive across the city to bring her food when she says she's sick, and deep down you think, if I just keep showing her how much I care, if I keep doing everything right, she see my worth. She stays, she chooses me, but then she pulls back. Her replies get shorter, her tone gets colder. The warmth you once felt in her presence and one day she leaves. Maybe not physically, but emotionally you feel it. The brutal truth, she's not yours anymore. No matter how much you gave. And that's when it hits you. You did everything for her, and she still didn't stay loyal. Why? Because he hears the brutal truth no one wants to say out loud. Women don't stay loyal to what you do for them. They stay loyal to how they feel about themselves when they're around you. You could spend thousands, you could move mountains, you could become her emotional life support system. But if your presence doesn't make her feel emotionally alive, if you didn't make her feel seen, respected, understood, inspired, if you don't give her a reason to see herself differently through your eyes, she won't bond with you. She won't crave you. She won't stay, because here's what most men don't realize. A woman isn't loyal to comfort. She's loyal to connection, to the emotional energy she experiences when she's with you. She's not asking, what did he do for me today? She's asking who I am. When I'm with him. And if isn't magnetic, if it doesn't awaken something within her, she seeks that feeling elsewhere. The sad part, even if she stays physically close, the sad part, most good men, the kind ones, the devoted ones, never figure this out. They burn themselves out, giving more, fixing more, pleasing more, only to feel invisible in the end. But not you, because today I'm going to expose Theon and only thing a woman is truly loyal to. And once you understand it, you'll stop being the guy who overproves Shimsfen, become the man she never wants to lose. Even if you do far less, let's begin. We live in a world where men are taught that if you want to win a woman's heart, you must prove your worth, be the provider, be the protector. Be the one who always says yes, always shows up, always fixes everything, always tries harder. From movies to social media, we've been fed the same script. The more you do for her, the more she'll value you, the more you sacrifice, the more she'll stay loyal. The more effort you pour in, the deeper her love will grow. But real life doesn't work like that. You've seen it. Maybe you've lived it. You gave her your time. You made her feel special. You supported her dreams, helped her through breakdowns, stayed up late talking when you were exhausted. And somehow, someway, it still wasn't enough. She drifted. She became a colder, irritated by the same things she unseated. Suddenly, you're too nice to what makes a woman loyal, available, too predictable, and you're left wondering, how can someone walk away after I gave them everything? Themes were as painful, but liberating, because women aren't loyal to the things you do. They're loyal to the way they feel around you. She's not loyal to dinners and compliments. Not loyal to texts, the dates, the rides, the favors, or even the love you swear you gave unconditionally. She's loyal to a state of being, to a feeling she gets when your presence transforms how she sees herself, when your energy makes her feel feminine, inspired, respected, emotionally alive. If she doesn't feel that, she won't connect no matter how much you give. See, this is where most good men go wrong. They lead with action instead of energy. They confuse approval with affection. They think effort equals attraction. But attraction isn't logical. It's emotional. And the brutal truth is the woman who truly stays for one reason only. Because being around you changes how she feels about herself. When she feels sexier, more confident, more desired, more emotionally seen in your presence, that's what she bonds. 2, not the dinners, not the attention, not the grand gestures. It's about how she experiences her own identity when she's around your energy. That's what creates loyalty. And the man who understands this doesn't need to overprove anything. He doesn't chase. He doesn't plead. He doesn't exhaust himself trying to win her. He just is grounded, centered, stoic. And because of that, she feels like a queen. Not because he treated her like one, but because his presence matter feel like one. So in this video, I'm going to share something most men never hear. The exact truth about why women don't stay loyal to deeds, but to something much deeper. And by the end of this, you'll stop asking, why didn't you stay after everything I did, and start becoming the man she wants to stay with, even when you do nothing at all? Let's dive in. Let's break this myth once and for all. Women don't fall in love with how much you do. They fall in love with how they feel around you. You could be the man who shows up every day, opens doors, remembers every birthday, plans every detail, buys her flowers, compliments her every move, and she'll still leave. Not because she's ungrateful, not because she's selfish. Women don't fall in love, but because something in her core never fully felt you. She appreciated the effort. She admired the attention, but she didn't feel the emotional presence that triggers loyalty in her body and soul. Here's the part that hurts to hear, but sets you free. A woman doesn't bond with effort. She bonds with emotional experience. And if your presence doesn't create that experience, your actions won't matter. Let's dive deeper. Truth number 1, women aren't loyal to deeds. They're loyal to emotional identity. Every woman deep down is subconsciously asking herself a single question in every romantic intention. Who am I when this man? Because women don't fall for what you say. They fall for how they feel about themselves when they're around you. If you bring out her softness, it feels seen, heard, beautiful, playful, relaxed. She begins to emotionally bond to that version of herself, and the man who brings it out becomes irreplaceable. But if she feels like your caretaker, your therapist, your mother, or like she has to lead, remind, correct, or protect her energy around you, she eventually shut down. You weren't reflecting her most desired self. You were dragging her into roles that don't ignite desire. Truth number 2, overgiving isn't love, it's insecurity in disguise. Many men give up from strength, but from fear. Fear of being abandoned, fear of not buying enough, fear of being replaced. So they over-deliver, over-promise. Giving doesn't build attraction over sacrifice, but that kind of giving doesn't build attraction. It builds quiet resentment base. She feels that neediness, even if it's unspoken. You may think you're reprieving your love, but she interprets it as this man doesn't think he's in a without constantly earning me. The truth is, when you're solid in yourself, you don't give to earn. You give because your presence is already valuable. And that shift changes everything. Truth number 3, pleasing doesn't create a desire. Presence does. You could do everything right, text her at the right time, say all the right things, avoid mistakes, follow rules, keep it safe, but playing it safe is not the path to passion. It's there to invisibility because a woman doesn't crave perfection. She craves realness. She wants to feel your truth, not your performance. If you're always not your performance uptoeing around what you think she wants to hear, she senses thine authenticity and she pull away without even knowing why. The man she bonds with isn't the one who avoids all mistakes. It's the one who's fully present, fully himself, and unafraid to be seen. Truth number 4, emotional impact outweighs practical effort every time. You could be the man who pays for everything, who supports her dreams, who listens, responds, helps, protects. But if another man walks in, says one sentence that unlocks a part of her shouldn't even know was asleep, she'll think about him for weeks. Not because it did more, but because he made her feel more. Could be a line, moment, spark of presence, and suddenly her emotional loyalty begins to transfer. Because women don't stay for what you do, they stay for what they feel within themselves when they're with you. Truth number 5, she stay with a man who makes her feel safe to be soft. Every woman is trained to be strong in today's world, to grind, to guard, to never depend on anyone. But at her core, every feminine heart longs to relax, to be held emotionally, to feel safe in softness. And only a grounded masculine presence allows that. Not Annie Jagai, not a people pleaser, not Eamon who overcorrects every time she feels upset, but a man who holds steady, not because he doesn't care, but because he's not reactive. Because his presence says, whatever happens, I don't flinch. Attraction. Isn't logical you're safe here? When a woman feels that, she will open parts of herself she's never shown anyone. And loyalty beams effortless. Truth number 6, attraction isn't logical, it's emotional. This is why the guy who does a very thing often gets left for the man who does nothing, because logic says he's better choice. But her emotions say, I feel something with him. That feeling. It overrides lists. It overrides logic. It overrides effort, and if you can't touch her emotionally, she will respect you, but she won't addict to you. And here's the twist. The guy who does less but speaks directly to her emotions with confidence, with edge, with groundedness becomes unforgettable. Truth number 7, masculine stillness. Masculine stillness is magnetic. Stillness doesn't mean passivity. Stillness means a man who doesn't chase, doesn't prove, doesn't get rattled, means he listens before he speaks. He lets silence stretch. He holds eye contact without fear. He's comfortable in tension. Most men try to do something. When a woman gets emotional, the stoic man does nothing gunnel. It's time to do something intentional. That stillness tells her nervous system, I can breathe here. I didn't have to perform. And in that breath, she bonds. Truth number 8, the right energy changes everything, even with fewer words. Fewer gifts, fewer texts. It's not about what you say. It's about what your presence says without words. She can feel it in your posture, your eye contact, the calm in your tone. Pause before you answer. When your energy says, I don't need to prove anything, I know who I am. She responds to it even, knowing why. She smiles more, leans in, opens up. And all those she doesn't need to prove anything to their guys, texting paragraphs and sending roses. They're left wondering none of it ever seems to work. Definite truth, she is not loyal to what you give. She's loyal to how she feels in your frame. And when your frame is solid emotionally, psychologically, energetically, her loyalty becomes instinctual. She may test it, she may challenge it. But if she feels different in your presence, if she becomes the version of herself she loves most when she's around you, she won't want to risk closing that because it's not you she's addicted to. It's herself when she's with you. The deeper truth behind all of this is simple but powerful. You don't attract loyalty by doing more. You attract loyalty by being more grounded, more present, more aligned, the deeper truth with your values, more emotionally attuned, but less reactive. When a woman feels a man like that, she doesn't run, she leans in. Because at the end of the day, she's not looking for the man who gives her everything. She's looking for the man whose presence makes her feel like everything. And that man isn't chasing loyalty. He's commanding it. If this message hit you deep, if you now see why your actions didn't keep her, why the gifts, texts, and constant proving never worked, then it's time for something different. It's time to stop doing more and start becoming more. The men who women crave, not momentarily, but permanently, are not the ones who try harder. They are the ones who know trust themselves so deeply, so quietly, so powerfully that their energy becomes unforgettable. That's what we do here. This channel isn't for men who want quick hacks. It's for the men who want to become uncheckable to your master presence, to own stillness, to understand women, not through manipulation, but through truth. I fear that man or becoming him, then push pin. Subscribe to our channel right now, because what we're building here is a brotherhood of men who don't chase. They attract, rebel. Tap the bell icon because every video I drop is a mirror, a challenge, and a weapon of wisdom you can carry into every interaction. Thumbs up, like this video if you've ever wondered why being the good guy still left you heartbroken. Then know you understand why. Memo. Comment below. What's one truth in this video that opened your eyes? Let me hear your thoughts. Let's build each other stronger. Because at the end of the day, the woman you want will not stay because you try hard enough. She stay because her presence is powerful enough to make her feel what no one else can. Stay grounded, stay focused, and stay stoic. You've got this.